Yeah,
Wow.
Lily looks a lot like Amanda, and Emma Kate looks a lot like Ricky.
Well, that ain't right. You ain't got a picture of you somewhere.
Well, his wife is the one that puts the pictures up.
You should send him that one of you looking like Marilyn Monroe, and then he could frame it and put it up somewhere.
Oh.
The one Donnie had, the pictures Donnie had with funny faces and all that. She had that picture on there. You look like Marilyn Monroe.
The one where you're standing in your little shorts and your shirt that's cut off with the arms and your hair short was after you got it, after, who cut your hair?
Jane,
Who cut your hair when you were little?
Elizabeth.
When, after Aunt Elizabeth cut your hair, you had your hair was real short. You said you was about 14 in that picture, 13, 14.
I grew too quick. I'll never forget first, like, was out of school that summer. Well, while I was out of school for the summer, my breast just,
Did it?
it's like somebody
I do
took
like
it
these new
and
ones.
pumped it up.
Different colored handles and
Yeah.
stuff. Those
Mm-hmm.
like
When I
everything.
went back to school, they said,
It's going
"Ratchet,
around to the
uh,
80s.
what do you call it?"
Thought you had a
Stuff.
boob job.
Yeah, no, I said, brat your stuff. And we went, they waited the one that just kept on cause, my boobs got so big.
Not anymore.
We were in the gym.
She wished it
and we
away.
ended up taking, we had to take our showers before we could get out of there. And when I got to the shower, I said, "Hey, Faye, come down here." And she said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want to show you something." And I said, "Now, does that look like
Stuff. Yeah.
stuff?" I said, "God stuff," and I didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
We always got in trouble for our dang big boobs. We always got in trouble for our big boobs.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to East High School, I come out of the gym where nobody saw what the boy did to me. But when I hit him over the head with my history book, the gym teacher had just walked out. And they took my butt to the office over in old McDonald. That's what we called him. His name was McDonald, last name. No, he said, "Well, Sylvia, you need to start wearing like looser, baggier clothing." I said, "No, I don't." I said, "I'm lucky to wear what my mama can furnish for us. Why should I change how I dress? You just need to say something to that boy. Nobody saw what he did when he grabbed my breast. All she saw was me hitting him over the head with my history book." I mean, that's the truth. I'm like,
I gotta figure out.
you remember when we went to Howard School?
Uh-huh.
What grade was we in when we went to Howard School?
I started there in the 5th grade. Cause Jerry, he was supposed to be ahead of me, but he was behind me. And David was in the same thing as me, same
You
grade.
talking about Jerry Bess?
Mm-hmm. And David,
Good stories.
he would go into the
Stuff in bras, grab it butts.
our teachers' room, but, and he'd tell David, he'd say, "Hey, David."
Oh, I'm sorry,
I'm
babe.
just gonna slide past you.
He said, "Hey, David." He said, "Get over in that chair and go to sleep. I know it's what you're gonna do." And David would go over and get on at the seat in the very back and put his head down and go to sleep through the whole thing.
May I have some?
I
Sure.
remember Mar Hayden school.
What?
I may not be able to. It was left over from this
You
morning.
remember going
Oh,
there?
I don't know where Ricky keeps his
Mar
stuff.
Hayden. Mar
I have a
Hayden.
Keurig at home, so it's easy
The
to
name of it
pop
was
one
Mar
in and have a
Hayden's
cup of
stuff.
coffee.
No, if he ain't got
I
something
don't-
like that,
Had
I
two
don't worry
big
about it.
rooms,
It's
Marie.
his,
They were married. She taught first through the 6th grade, and then over across the hall, that big old section,
it's here.
her husband taught 7th through the 12th
Don't worry
grade.
about it, Donnie.
And Bill was in the old man's part of the school.
You talking about
And-
it?
But I can find you a lot of protein powder and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mar Hayden school.
They work out a lot.
Yeah. And they would have a thing with the, like the choir thing singing. And
You
Bill,
would think it would be in their pantry.
and the
Yes.
grades over here, the ones that's in grade school,
What was left
they
over
got to
from
come
this
over
morning
here
and warm it
and
up.
watch the
I
choir.
have to be able to find one
stuff.
today. What he said.
Bill was in that
Because
choir,
it's
and
not
he
in the
was in
pantry,
the
but he
back.
makes coffee every morning.
And
so
when
it's
they
gotta be
start
here somewhere,
singing,
and I've yet to find
Bill
it.
was back there going,
Nobody's.
Yeah, they stay here about half the time.
Miss
Half the time they're
McDonald.
here, half the time they're in Florida. So
And
they'll
Bill
be
said,
here
blah, blah,
for,
blah.
you know,
And then
several
when
weeks
Mr.
and then go to
McDonald
Florida
turned
for a
around,
couple weeks.
Bill said, blah, blah, blah.
Puts it in the refrigerator?
It was funny. He caught him, boy, and he took all
So
of
unless
his
he used
bill,
all of it this morning,
and he
he had
pulled
to.
him
Then
down
he had
off
to,
their
'cause he did say he
bikes
needed to go
here.
to the store, so.
And look, I was in the grade part
and
of the
stuff.
school.
And I kept eyeballing
I don't even know
because
if I
I
was
usually
in
have
the
two
grade
cups
yet.
and I
I
only
was
had one this
little.
morning, so I knew there was one in
But,
there. I
uh,
kept eyeballing and thinking, God, this
she had some, I hated
is
her.
really strong.
You know how you went down that long hall to go
This
to
morning
the
I had
cafeteria to eat?
Yeah.
All right, she would send me or some other kid, go down there and get me some paper towels. Cause she'd sit up there and she'd be
Thursday,
on,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
and use them paper towels for that.
1:45.
We had
Oh,
them.
yeah,
two
I couldn't stand her.
Next
And,
day.
but she right on the board. Well, she had this colored chalk. It was all different colors. About
Because we were
like
gonna
that
leave, get
size
up and
round.
leave, like get up at 8 and be on the road by 10.
And she would
I was like, I
write
gotta sleep
something,
till at
do
least
something on
get
board with
some
it.
sleep before I get in the car,
And
so then we
I
get here to
didn't,
midnight.
she
it's
was
been
right on board, she does little
Non-stop
chalk.
since, so I
Well, she
forgot
had
my
that
monitor.
colored chalk
Like
like
the
that
baby monitor
in
in
her
room.
thing
So
right
it's
here
there
on
at
the
night.
side of her
Because we're
desk.
across the house from each other. And I was gonna
And
find because Ricky
that
told me I'd be
day
upstairs
when
in
they
his
was
room and he was giving the
Letting out of school, Miss Marhead would
And I
go
heard
out
the
there
monitor,
first.
So I was like, I'll just
And
sleep
she'd be
here.
standing there, and
I
you know,
won't
as the
hear it,
kids
and I
came
just
down,
get
telling you bye
confused.
and all
Get
that.
the change in the bathroom
So-
and everything.
We can really think.
She done gone out, so I got me 3
Last night
pieces
she
of
was
that
having
colored
turn-
chalk.
My last night
And
before
I'd
she
like
was
put
having
it
treatment,
under
we were
my
still at the old house.
coat, I
You
had
know,
my
the
coat
vacant
like
house they had.
this.
Yeah.
Put it in
All the way
something.
around, And there was a man walking out on the porch.
When I
She's
come
yelling,
out,
Richard,
I was trying to hurry up
walking
and
around
get down
porch,
the
and she has
steps.
These dreams, it's hilarious. I'm
When
like,
I come out, she said,
she's like,
took
I
her
don't
hold
do
of
that.
my
Right,
shirt,
yes.
and
Well, she
said,
started.
hold on, Sylvia.
Me.
And I said, what, I gotta go home.
Four
She said, no,
times,
you
about
stand
4:47. I was like, what?
She asked me, she
I
said,
was like,
what
Mom.
do you got under your coat?
She was like,
I said, I ain't
was
got
laying on
nothing
the floor.
under
You
my
couldn't
coat, my
get out. There
hands
was
are
a
off.
man walking
She
around the
said,
house.
no,
I was
your
like,
other
"No, that
hand's
was
out
me."
here.
Laying next
You
to
know, what do you got under your coat? She opened my coat and I had that chalk.
Yeah, me resisting mine.
And she said, well, she said, you know, that's stealing. I'm like, you got some more? I said, I just wanted these 3 pieces. And she said, well, that's still stealing. She said, what was you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
I said, I was gonna take it home and eat it.
Yeah. Chalk?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna take it home and eat it. She said, Lord, you don't eat that. She said, that's chalk. Boy, did I get in trouble. She sent a note home to Mom and them. Then when I come back to school, this ain't no lie, had a stool. Dang, it was a big tall stool. Had a stool up there in the front. She made me get over there and sit on that stool. And she had a dunce hat.
Oh.
And I had to sit there all day on that stool with that witch with the hat. That was her punishment.
You had to sit on the stool all day.
I'm gonna tell you what.
You know, Mama made me take Dantine gum. You remember when I took the pack of gum and you made me take it back into the store? I was little. She made me take it back in the store and give it to him because I stole it. I was like, no. Sure did. I remember that. We was at that little store across the street from Granny's. That little grocery store. Shelby Avenue. Is that where it was? Yeah.
Do you remember when I stole our neighbor's toy on Long Avenue? When we lived on Long Avenue. I was playing at the neighbor's house down the street and I stole their toy.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't? Yeah, I stole their toy and I was playing with it and you were like, where'd you get that? And I don't know what kind of story I came up with because y'all didn't buy it for me. I think eventually I was like, I took it from the neighbors and you made me walk down there at night and knock on their door. And when they come to the door, I had to tell them that I stole your toy. Yeah, it made me give it back to them.
I don't remember
Oh,
that.
I do. It's burned in my memory.
It's the hardest thing to do, too, when they make you do that. It's like, man, I was little, though. I mean, I was, like, really little. I probably wasn't even 5 years old when I did that. Just back in my chewing gum stage. You know, I got it stuck in my hair and cut all my hair off.
Yeah. You did. She sure did. I
Yeah.
got up the next morning to wake them up and I said, Dawn, what have you done to your hair?
I don't know.
And I had to end up.
I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Played it up. Daddy used to bring those boxes of bubble gum, like big boxes full of bubble gum home. When he'd bring like candy bars and all that stuff from the little snack bar they had up there. And yeah, I tell you, Mama would make us throw out the gum every night. And I told her I spit mine out. And apparently I fell asleep and it fell out of my hair. And when I woke up, I couldn't get it out. So I took some scissors and cut it. Like right, that picture of me and Sabrina sitting on the, she's got her suitcase and I've got like a guitar and my hair's like super short. It's the worst haircut ever. Oh, it was terrible.
Oh God, Mama
And I was like,
done.
that was it. It was
You-
chewing gum.
Do you remember? Their last name was Black.
That picture. It's awful.
I can't remember that. She had two sons, I think, and a daughter. And when we was going to school, you let Lottie, whatever her name was, you let her use your comb.
Oh, God.
Well, they had lice.
I knew she's gonna say that.
They had lice. And I ain't never forgot that. Used to Marie's comb, and I got lice.
Oh, God.
And Mama sets me in front where everybody could see that big window. She sets me in front of that window, and she cut my hair off. I looked like one of the Three Stooges. And was up there like this. Let me tell you what.
That's, they don't send kids home for lice anymore.
They don't what?
They don't send kids home for lice anymore at school.
Well, 'cause it's probably common now. I mean,
What they do?
All you gotta do is show that you treated them and they could come back to school. We had lice outbreaks all the time. It was like, it's not like it used to be where it was like the CDC or whatever, would be like, don't send them for so long. Treat them with the shampoo stuff, and as long as they don't see the nits in their hair anymore or active lice, they can come back to school. But you can't always see all of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would end up with.
Yeah, they said, I heard on the news, they said they don't, that theory that they jump from one head to the
Yeah.
other is not true. If as long as they don't use, or, you know
Or
what I'm
like,
saying?
how kids
Yeah.
sometimes put their heads together or lay, yeah,
That's a reason they're saying go back, just
yeah.
do this.
But Lord, we would get, and it would be the same families over and over and over. It's like, if you don't treat your stuff at home, wash the pillowcases and all that kind of stuff, you'll just get them again.
Wasn't we living on
I know I got this picture.
University Court?
Me and
Yeah.
Sabrina.
When you and Richard got married? You went
I
to
don't
stay
have
with
me
Christine,
and her.
Yeah.
and you and Richard ended up running off to get married?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he did?
What?
He took me out somewhere in the mountain, out, shoot, where he lived, on that side. And he pulled over to the side, and I didn't know him that much.
Oh, is that your uncle? Or who was it?
No, it was your daddy.
Talk about
Oh.
Richard.
Cause I had got him a date with
Christine.
Christine. And I had been dating his cousin for a long time.
Granny should have sent
Raymond,
him
I
on his
liked
way.
him.
And he pulled over to the side. Now this is funny, but it's funny now, but it wasn't.
Right,
funny
yeah.
then. Here we're sitting on this, it's like a big hill. And he says, looks at me and he said, if an old man like me asked you to marry him, would you? And I said, what? He said, with an old man. He's like 20 something. Like me, would you marry me? And I looked around where we were at and I thought, God, where am I? How can I get out of here?
I need to run.
He was 8 years older than you.
Oh, Daddy?
Mhm.
Yeah. And he said, he said, yeah. I said, why? He said, 'cause I'm asking you to marry me.
What possessed
Will
you to
do
say
it? I
yes?
said, yeah.
At that age, what
Just
in the
get
world?
me out of here. I don't know where I'm at. I'm on top of a mountain, don't know where I'm at.
Really? So you had to get along so you get back down off that mountain.
Yeah, but then she went to
Yeah.
Georgia with him and married him.
That y'all finally got come home. Mama was ready to be.
She should have beat him.
She's gonna have that and all this and everything. When y'all finally come home, you come home. Richard had that little Thunderbird, little car with me and Everett was outside playing, and both of y'all looked scared shitless. When to go in, and Christine had already talked to Mama, but
Oh, was Christine
Y'all
supposed to smooth it over
yeah.
for him?
Yeah, Christine already come over and talked to Mama and stuff, but Marie and Richard both looked like they were scared to death. They go in there in the house and they're all in there talking and stuff.
You would
And
cook,
then
you were
Richard
sitting on his
come-
step.
Richard come over to the door or something, and I said, "Hey, you left the top down on your car over here." I said, "And these kids around here over there, bothering me, looking." He said, "Well, I'm just gonna leave it down. I might have to make a fast getaway." You remember that?
Granny gonna beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she told him. She said, "You bring her home and you get what you're." How'd she put that?
What you got coming?
What you got coming? He used to tease her all the time. He'd say, "Look, Granny, I got what I had coming." There she sits. Oh, I didn't even hardly know him. I had been dating his cousin.
Right. What Christine say about him asking you to marry him? Didn't you say Christine was
what
dating?
she told
And
me?
Christine was too much for Daddy. Daddy wouldn't have been able to handle it, Christine.
She told me
She would put him in his place too
he
easy.
called me, and she was living in an apartment, and he called me downstairs, and that lady called me down there to get the telephone. And she said, Marie said, somebody wants to talk to you on the phone. And Christine said, who is it? She said, I don't know, it's some fella. And she looked at me, she said, who's calling you? I said, why? She said, I want to know who's calling you. I said, it's Richard. And she looked at me and she said, why would he be calling you? He don't want to be with you. He wants to be with me. I said, well, you go down and talk to him. I'm not. And she went down and talked to him, told him, don't call over here anymore for her. She's not going nowhere. Well, he got his cousin to come and pick me up and, tell me he's picking me up for Raymond or somebody. You remember,
Raymond. Mm-hmm.
yeah, he picked me up and he took me down to the end of the alley where Christina lived, and Richard and his wife was standing there waiting on me. I'm crazy. I was crazy. But I had a thing to show her, I don't care if I am 13 or 14, whatever I was. He's asked me to go out with him, and she didn't believe me.
Yeah. That was my haircut.
I remember that picture.
That's like
It
Bill
was
Burke.
terrible.
You know when he
It was
started.
the worst
They
haircut
did.
ever. Because I cut it like you said.
And
Over
Yeah.
one
Well,
side, I cut it like
Vivian did
just
look like
right
she
here.
was
Like that one
17 or
big old
18.
accomplice.
and she
Yeah.
wasn't but 12.
There was no saving that
I
haircut.
thought they
Bill
would she was
started
just talking
dating
and take
her
the thumb out so you don't get in
And-
your hair. I told my kids that too.
You know her
Bill
mom
Jody
was
did the same
saying
thing. I said, see,
when
they
Bill
were
said
just
something
talking.
about
He never
her
tell you
age,
this for a reason.
but she
Yeah.
told
I was
Bill
like, man, that's
she was like 17 or
I'm
18.
trying to find a picture of
And
me in spring.
He asked her mom,
Do you,
And
you
her
guys have a
mom
relationship?
said, yeah,
Sorry.
that's how she is.
I have
Well,
no idea where she's at, Ricky. Don't
They get married, and after they got
The last
married,
message we got from her.
then
she
they
was
told
like-
him the
and she
truth.
said,
She's only 12.
She's
You don't
a little-
And
kids
Bill,
either?
like to had a duck,
Removing the jar.
he comes over at Mom's, and he
Mom's
was
trying
just
to
walking
reach
the
out to
floor.
him.
He was
She never called
beside
him.
himself. He said, Mom, you know
You
how
know,
old
like I
Vivian
told-
is?
told Mom, you know,
Mom said, well, I guess she's old enough to marry. She
Mom,
married
2
me.
minutes in their course.
Bill said, no, she's
Try
12
to,
years
you know,
old.
Try to.
And he said, I'm getting a
Then
divorce.
you can't make them
I'm not having,
see
Mama said,
what they did
Bill?
wrong in it. I mean,
you done slept with the girl? You
Unfortunately,
done married her? You done slept with her?
And it, I mean,
You ain't, you don't need to be.
Well, how old was
getting
Bill?
divorced Or thinking about annulment.
How old?
I would love
About the
nothing more
difference
than have
between him
a
and
good
Vivian.
relationships, but it's never been. It's always been on
Well,
those terms. She would call me
oh,
and be on
he-
the phone with her 2 or 3
oh,
hours.
Vivian
maybe 5 minutes.
Was
at a time.
evidently Vivian was
She
a
would
virgin
never
when
ask me
Bill
how I was
married.
doing, what was going on
And
with me, like,
Mom,
I would hope so.
No,
At 12.
Yeah.
you don't need to be talking about no annulment or divorce. You done married that girl? You done slept with her?
You know.
You gonna
whether it was a job,
take
or
her
it was
home and be a
relationship,
good
it was-
husband to her.
No matter what it was like something was,
Yeah.
somebody was
Needs
always doing something to her.
Oh, Mama
And she
threatened.
just, she could not take responsibility for
Richard
anything.
had have Richard
in her
in
life,
jail
and she-
because he took me and I was underage, and at that
She knew
time
Dad was supposed
he
to.
took somebody underage across,
And she was still
you
living
know.
on rent
Oh,
free.
state
And she
line.
was
Uh-huh.
making
Yeah.
$50 a week, and she didn't do nothing.
You could have him put in
Nothing.
jail. And Mama
When I
was
say nothing to
Have
her,
put in
nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't know
remember
Richard was
me.
that much older.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know Richard was that much older.
And
That's what that's from.
she said, and
And
she's gonna have him put in jail.
she could have
And
been.
if I didn't settle down or something, she's gonna have me put in
I
the
was
juvenile
the devil
court.
and all this kind of stuff, because
And I
she
said,
called me
Mama,
and asked me if she lived with me.
I said, why are you doing this? I
said,
said,
tell her now.
all I'm gonna do when I get back out,
I'm not gonna leave her
or
there.
he gets
to be
out,
used by you.
I'll
And
remarry
even
him.
if it was a good relationship.
Big-
And she still called me and asked me if she could live there.
I was
I wouldn't
stupid.
say no.
He was
Just
already
because you
married,
want
he was
someone to
still
live free
married.
And get paid money.
And I didn't even know it.
Like, you know, you're almost-
Did you say you went over to his house with his wife when his wife was there?
So,
No, his wife was
and I
there.
promised
She
him
was
that I
from
would
Texas.
listen.
Oh, okay.
And when he
Yeah.
passed away,
No,
he promised me
one that
that we
was
had
his girlfriend, he was,
long conversations. And she
he had
promised
his
me
mama
that things were gonna change
and,
and all the stuff that she was gonna do.
him would go
And she
over
would
there
do
to Mary Jane's house.
She just kept taking, she was
And
taking
she had
money.
gotten pregnant.
She
She
was
had
taking
two
daddy's stuff, like
boys.
his coins and stuff,
Four
and taking
down
them to
there
the
with
bank and
Richards,
getting them
and he
cashed out.
always denied.
You say?
I told him, I said, what are you doing, why are you treating those boys that way?
Because it's
They
always
didn't
been
ask
like
to be
that.
brought
My
in this
husband
world.
like that.
And I said, as far as I'm
She just is
concerned,
always,
if
you
they
know,
wanna
she's just
come
like
out here
down
and
and
be
up and
with
down,
us and,
she's been through
you know,
counseling, she
know
gets
us,
mad, she quits.
they're welcome.
When they tell her, you
I'll
know,
treat them just like I
when
do
they hit
my
the-
own. Oh, no,
nail on the head.
that would
And
never
she's
go
like, that's it.
over.
She just starts
'cause
cutting
you're
people out of her
doing
life.
That you have, you know.
And it's
have-
just, it's
no.
really sad. And she showed
Christina
up tomorrow and,
Took her and
everything
Bill
was
took
good.
Mills there.
and like she would have a
Sabrina
relationship with
was
you where it was a
baby.
50-50.
Yeah.
We walked
You
in
know,
and
give and
out.
take.
They
and
wouldn't- she
loving
wouldn't
and
open the
not
door.
the-
So I
all
sent
the time,
Bill,
because you say one more,
Christine's
one thing
husband at the
that
time,
she perceives
Bill
as
Maxwell. I said,
negative
Bill, I
towards
said,
her,
go
or
down to the
like
end
you're
of the
giving her a
road.
slight somehow or something.
Because the police was
And
sitting
that's
down
it.
there waiting.
So
He
every
said,
single
"I
time I'm
needed
coming
them.
down to visit
They'd
mom
be
and dad,
down there waiting.
within
but
the second day I was here, she'd be pissed and leave.
So I sent Bill
Because
down there and he
Mom would
got
be-
the
and
police
then
to
would be sitting
come
and
up
talking.
there. Cause
Yeah,
they
she'd
wouldn't
get
know
upset.
that
Like if we were sitting here telling
They
stories
knocked
and stuff,
on
and
the
we would
door.
tell something like, when we used to
And
play
they still,
games, we'd play
you know,
games at
don't come
home.
to the door.
Sabrina
and
would
they
have,
knocked on the door and they hollered in
Monopoly.
there. They said,
Like if you bought Boardwalker Parkway, she'd get mad,
her last
throw the
name
game and
was-
quit. It was a fact. I mean,
So
it was happening. It was like
you
a joke
open
with
this
all of us,
door.
you know, that you, when we played Monopoly, since it was Brenda's
Yeah.
game,
Miss
you
Trish
couldn't ever
says,
buy a
her
Parkway or,
husband is
or
in there
Boardwalk
with
because
you.
you'd get mad and, you know, put the game up and wouldn't
And
play it anymore.
I want this door
But
open.
if we
and
told
she's
that,
coming
we
in,
were all
and
together
we're
telling
going
stories.
right out here waiting.
I mean, she would get like pissed.
So she opened
Mad.
the door and she.
And it would just
Yeah.
build and build and build and build and
Yeah.
build. Like she would laugh it off at first, but you could tell.
Shoes and
Like that
everything.
tension would be immediate.
You know what the
And
asshole
then-
did?
She'd
What?
leave the next day.
He
She just
went out
screamed
to
out
the
everybody
car
and
where
would
Bill
always be mom.
and
She'd
while
go after her
Christine
and just
and me was
go
still in
after
there.
her.
And
And it's just, it's always been that way, and
got Ricky.
it's sad. I mean, it's really sad.
Really?
I miss her.
Brenda said,
I think about her all the time. I cry a
Chri-
lot. when I,
Christine said,
know,
what are you
think
gonna
about
do
her.
now? I said,
Us, I don't know
we're going to
what's
the,
going on, like during the pandemic and stuff. I mean, I try to find information. I
you
can't
know,
find any
to,
information.
the,
Her son won't give me any
see-
information. He won't
see
even
the-
acknowledge when I send him like he got
Where you going?
remarried
You
and has a new baby,
tell-
and I sent him like
Court.
Mom asked me to send him a
Well, it was
message
like,
saying
yeah.
congratulations, like all that.
and
kind
I
of stuff.
told him,
Doesn't even acknowledge
you
it.
know, the judge what happened.
And it's just
And
it's sad.
what
It
he
is.
did was to take Ricky, you know, and try to get me to follow him, and cause he knew how I was about Ricky.
I know this.
And
I was telling Ricky about that, and Ricky said, I remember that. Being out in the
Yeah.
yard with him and Daddy grabbing him and driving off with him.
And he said, he told Richard that, he said, Mr. Richard, you've got her son, and I want him brought to, right there in court. It was the judge. He said, I want you to get him over here, and she let, you know, he's gonna stay with his mother. And if you don't get him over here, then we're gonna arrest you. You know what he had the nerve to do?
What?
He took Ricky and took off to his mama's house. So then I had to call the police back, and they went over there to get Ricky for me.
I told Mama, she's been telling me so many stories. I'm just like, whoo, some of the stuff. that-
The policeman
I
knocked on
wouldn't
Miss
want to
Richard's
live-
door, and she said, he told her, he said, Miss Richard says that your son's got her son in there. You tell him we said to bring him here to her. And if you don't bring him here to her, he's gonna bring him to court. And if he don't have him, and, you know, for me, he said, you gonna go to jail. So we're gonna take you to jail. So Richard said, I'll bring him in. And I looked at that policeman, I said, he walks out the door, he's gonna be with me, not with him. And I know how he would have done. He would have took off and run off with him somewhere. Hid out. And his mama, she
On the
went
run.
along with everything he wanted to do. You know, she would go over there to be with that woman, Mary Jane, the one that he's supposed to have 2 boys by. He's always said they weren't his. They called me since I've been at Dawn's house and talked to me. I wanted to know where they're, you know, if it was true about their daddy. And I talked to him. I told Donnie, I said, you know, those boys ain't really responsible for what his mom and Richard did.
Yeah.
So I try not to be, you know, smart with them and all that kind of stuff, because they were a victim of them too, you know. He put me through hell and back.
So we're trying to remember the good memories and let those bad memories go.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on.
That's okay. It's still there.
I know, but it doesn't hurt as much when you remember the good memories and
Well,
let the bad ones go.
the first 4 years me and Richard was together was perfect. The last 4 years we were together was perfect.
Before Brenda
Yeah.
got there, or after
Oh.
Brenda got there?
Before she ever,
Yeah.
and
Those
Richard
were
told me,
pretty
he
good.
said, do not let her come here and stay. Said, all she's gonna do is cause us problems. Said, she's gonna keep us, you know, cause conflict between me and you. But I felt sorry for her, cause she had nowhere to go. Her son was in the military, and So I let her come again, that first time. Oh, but me and her had it out. We really had it out. She called me a bitch, and she called me a bitch. I went up them steps after her, and I smacked her. I left my handprint on her face, and I looked at her and I said, "You ever even think about calling me a bitch, you'll be sorry for it." And I said, "You got time, you need to find you a place to stay." She was, Sabrina's, she's got problems.
I think she's bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
I really
I do
do.
too, Aunt Sylvia. I really do.
And there's medication that you can take for that,
Okay.
to help that.
But good Lord,
She just was not the kind of person who would take medicine or nothing.
No, she did. That's what I was telling Jody. She went through counseling and stuff, but every time they would start holding her feet to the fire about, taking responsibility for stuff, she would quit and leave.
she tried to drown her. She behind
I'm a
tried
survivor.
to smother her.
Tried to
it was
scald me
like,
in the bathtub.
oh,
Sound like mine and Karen's
we had
relationship.
me and my
She did all kind of
people
mean
next
stuff.
door.
She did that to
Yeah.
me, and then she pushed me out of the car,
We
broke
had
my
to break
collarbone.
the
Right.
window
But
out.
Karen,
And
I can't
had
say
to
Karen to go
crawl
that
through
far.
Window. What she
Bring 'em
did,
on.
she
Ken did.
She was in the bathtub. I was
What's the
going to
difference
go
in you and
back.
Sabrina?
A year and 9 months.
She cut the cold water off and left the hot water on. She knew, she was something else. And when I got in there, and I got to her, I spanked her butt good.
Well, this is gonna drive me crazy. I know those pictures are in there.
Well, when I had Eric, Mickey was like that. Mickey had been the baby. You know what I'm saying? When I had Eric,
That's
She
babies
hated
get it,
him.
don't we?
I'd be in there,
Them
I'd go
middle
in there and be
children.
rocking the ear. And she'd be standing over there
Yeah.
like,
Who's
Just
Karen's
mean.
oldest, right?
Uh-huh.
and when I gave him a
Here,
bath,
where's the safe
well,
hand?
my
From
kitchen
May the 4th to the
and
31st.
dining area was like
I think I'm 58.
right across from one of the bedrooms. There was a hall.
That counts.
And when I'd lay there and stuff, well, I took him in the bedroom, laid him on the bed,
I can figure it. I just can't get it out.
put him dry him and do all the stuff you do with babies and get him dressed. And I went across the hall into the kitchen to get something. And when I turned around and walked back over, Mickey's standing there like this over here with a pair of scissors. I'm like,
Oh my
I mean, I must have woke up everybody in the neighborhood. I screamed bloody murder. I'm like,
I
oh.
would have scared the bejesus
I mean,
out
she
of
was,
me.
I was like, oh
See, I
God,
didn't
I
have to worry
can't
about
let
that.
her
My
be around
20 years
him.
and a week apart.
But,
Lord.
And Dr. Hirschberg,
Josh was in the house.
was
He
my
gone a week
pediatrician
before,
for
before I said
all my
since I
kids.
was 17.
And I
years
told
old,
Dr.
Gosh,
Hirschberg,
I had 1 week
I said, she
without a
hates,
kid in the house. It was
my
so
baby.
fat and pregnant. I couldn't enjoy it.
and that's her brother. She hates him. She's tried to kill him twice. And I said, and what am I going to do? Dr. Hirschberg said, tell me what it was and the jealousy thing and all that. Let her start helping
Yeah,
you
was-
do things.
I was pregnant with Josh and that.
Like when you bathe him or when
I
you
didn't
put
know it yet,
clothes
but it
on
was.
him. Like here, you put his footies on or let her sit in the rocker and let her hold the baby
And I
and
got
rock the baby. And, you
let's
don't
see,
go
that's
out for
fine
food.
in.
I mean, you
When I
start
found
doing
out I
those
was
things
pregnant,
with it.
I
And that's what I did.
thought
And then Mickey got all right. But I swear I was afraid to.
You said
I
twice.
held him.
What was the other time?
Well, this next,
Oh gosh, she was always doing something.
I was having problems
Always.
with his doctor.
She was in there. You squealed out that one time.
Did blood work.
Mickey had,
No,
you know
wasn't
the,
pregnant.
the big safety pins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she had one of the big safety pins pulled out, and Eric screamed out,
Josh was an
and I went in there. She stuck him with that pin.
I'm like, he's gonna come out with no leg.
Yeah, I mean, the tail.
Something.
Yeah,
She was always doing stuff until I started. You know,
Josh's original.
Hell, if I went to the bathroom,
was
I took
July
Eric with me.
4th, is what they said, so.
I mean, I was scared to death to leave him
That's scary.
where she
Really?
she didn't do it.
That's why Sabrina was
1984.
That's
That's
my son's year,
unreal.
84.
And she would, when I had to end up taking her off the
Oh.
breast, and Mama says, start her off with like putting my milk from my breast in a bottle for her. So that's what I started
Eric, you're gonna
doing.
send me some stuff.
And when I started giving her that bottle, guess who that I'd go in there and she's bringing me laying over there
like we did
on
for
her
Daddy that scroll
bed.
during the visitation
No.
and stuff. So we'll have to send me some stuff. I've got
I
one of
told
you
Mama, I
and
said, what am I gonna do? I said,
in her
she takes
folder, but
every bottle that I give her,
I'd like to
and
get
I
it
can't,
together.
cause I had one of those things you put the bottle on where you can let them lay down. Whoa,
Oh, Karen
she told
and
me.
Joanna
uh,
when Mickey was born. Oh,
Uh-oh.
they wouldn't
We better
like
get
that.
thrown
They
under the
wouldn't
bus.
jealous,
Uh-oh.
you know, of Mickey. You know, hate Mickey like
I'm curious to
Mickey
see what's
done
going
him. But they would go in there where her crib was. They'd go in there in her room by the crib. They'd be standing there singing or talking or playing too. You know, they was tickled over. I went in there. Karen was in there, and I went in there in where she was at. When I walked over there to the crib, I'm like, oh my! I mean, it looked like she bled to death, red. And I said, Karen, I said, get in here. What did you do? And she said, I was trying to feed her. She had a pack of Kool-Aid.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
on. We were stained.
oh. I'm like,
Oh goodness. You gotta give him some Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
it's weird
we'd have been,
what kids do.
we'd been.
I don't know, I
bad
never
if
got
we
that
tried to do
chance.
all that with all the
Yeah,
brothers and
as the
sisters
youngest
we
one,
had,
you don't
but
ever
we
get
were
the
all
chance to
good
get back at
people.
one
We
of
were
them.
close. Wasn't like
Well, God, me and you, we fought all the time. We was always trying to kill one another.
Oh, that can't be true. Mom, all Mom
I'm
ever talks
serious.
about is
You
how
got
much
so
you love
mad.
y'all.
I mean, like we would do something, like the thing with when you got hurt on the car.
oh
Yeah, I'll get back at you. I'll get you for this. I'm like, well, you come after me with a butcher knife.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
I'm serious.
Really?
And I was running like crazy. And she's chasing me, and she got a big butcher knife. And we're running. Well, the house where we lived, you know how the chimney on the outside of the house?
Uh-huh.
Well, there was a little cubby thing you could get in there. So I'm running fast as I can run. And I didn't see her coming, so I get in there like this in the cubby hole. And you could only see like my arm right there. Well, the vaccinations you got, you had a dang scar look like I don't know what.
Oh.
It had a big
Wait a
snap
minute,
sticking
you mean
out.
that thing? The big brown things on your arm.
Yeah, and it had a big scab sticking out.
Oh.
And she come out, well, she saw it was my arm. She come down with that butcher knife and cut my scalp
Mama.
right off.
Marie Reach.
Then I got back at
No, I
her
remember all that. Thank God.
for that. I'm like, I'll get you for
But
that.
Mama don't remember that.
Yeah. I said, I'll get you back for that. And we had, like, I think it was 3 little steps that went down into the kitchen. And had that, just kind of stove Mama cooked on, had the things you put cold pot in there. And so we come in, we'd been outside or something, and Mama hollered and told us to come in because she was cooking dinner. And and we come in, washed our hands, so we started in the kitchen, and you're in front of me. And just as soon as we got up by the stove, I shoved you. And your arm stuck to that stove.
Ouch.
I got my ass whipped for that too.
David done the same thing to me. He pushed me into the stove too.
I don't remember that.
Maybe it was
but I
Aunt
remember all-
Sylvia and you just thought it was David.
I remember all the
He
fights
did.
we had. We was always
He
doing
was
something.
mad because Papa was fixing to take me, and we were gonna go to Fred and Blanche's house. You know, Papa's sisters, and Ann. And David was upset because he didn't take him instead of me. I told David, I said, I don't want to go. I said, you can go with him. He said, he won't let me. I said, because he'd take me everywhere he went. He took me with him till I got in school.
I have lost my favorite picture and I can't find it anywhere. Of me and Sabrina, remember sitting out on the sidewalk on North 17th Street? She had her suitcase, I had my suitcase, she had her guitar, maybe other way around. We was gonna go travel the world and I was gonna sing. Yeah, we was leaving.
What are you making?
I'm just I'm making me a lap blanket, lap throw, just enough to, not no big old, great big old huge one, but yeah.
I want one of those that have that great big huge, the big threads. They do
Oh,
like
yeah,
the big giant one, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
I told Amy, I was like, you need to make me one of these.
Yep.
I told Jody, I said, Mama used to crochet all the time. But Mom would be sitting there like this, watching TV. Just said I can't
Just
see
something to
that
do with
Mama.
her hands.
She has to watch what she
I have
does.
to, cause sure as I sit here and feel and try to do that, I'll miss a hole or two, and you'll be able to tell it. So I'll make sure.
That's what Josh's wife does. She makes all kinds of stuff.
Who?
Amy, Josh's wife.
Josh's wife, she's real smart.
She's
She
a
crochet?
paralegal.
Mm-hmm.
Does she crochet?
Oh yeah. She crochets. She does all kinds of things. She's very smart.
She works for a defense attorney. She's like, I'll ask her stuff. She's like, I can't talk about it.
Hey, throw me my water. Somebody.
Here, I will. Sorry. Want to throw it or?
Uh-oh.
Throw it.
Don't hit her. We got it on camera.
No, I will.
I know.
Just see if you'll catch it.
I told her that one time. She threw
Are
it.
you taking all that?
He's filming y'all.
Whoa.
We got it
We
on
got
record.
good stories.
We got it all.
We got good stories.
Yeah, they're gonna blackmail us with
Yeah, I'm gonna have some because then I can tell Mom when she talks about she never did anything bad when she was little. You stabbed Aunt Sylvia with a butcher knife.
Yeah. Cut her scab off.
That's all we done was fight. I mean,
How
we,
was
we
the
loved
Everett?
each other and we got along, but it was always something come up that we got in fights like that about.
That's fine.
What she just
Which
did
when
you.
she fell off
You
the
said the
car,
same thing. You told me that
what?
your daddy would take her with him all the time, and you
Yeah.
wanted to go somewhere one time real bad, and he took Aunt Marie, and you got really mad about it. Y'all argued over it. I heard that.
That's what Mama is always telling me the same thing. She was like, they'd get mad because Papa would take me to
You know.
where.
He took me everywhere.
Uh-huh.
To his
Yeah.
to Fred and Blake.
Well, I went up there with Papa that one time, and I was scared because they used to had an outhouse
Yeah, Mama
And-
told me about that
and
house.
stuff, and I'll be like, but I'll be out there and hear all these sounds, weird sounds. And
I wouldn't want to be using an outhouse.
We had a
oh, I tell you what, we had an outhouse.
I mean, I've used one before, but I wouldn't want to have to do it all the time.
We had an outhouse. Now we had a mama called slop jar, whatever you want to call it. It was like a big bucket with a lid on it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you used to pee in if you had to pee at night. But we had an outhouse. That outhouse, I was little, but I mean, I know it was a good ways up from where the house was. And Bill Bratcher, I had to go to the bathroom, and it was dark. Not real dark, but like when it first starts getting dark. And Mama told Bill, she said, take Sylvia up there to go to the bathroom. And he got so mad when she would make him take one of us to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, come on, you better hurry up. And we had a horse. And I hated that horse. I was scared to death of him. And Bill always used that, He said, we get up there and I go in. He said, you better hurry up because I'm not going to wait out here. He said, if I leave that house, that horse is right up here. And that horse will stay right out here. And I'm like, okay, and I'm in there and stuff. And then Bill said, here comes the horse. You better hurry up. I'm not standing here. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go to the bathroom, and then I didn't hear nothing. And I'm like, Bill. No answer or nothing. And then I heard thump, 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 thump on the. I mean,
He outside banging on the wall.
yeah, like the horse was there. And then finally he did play around like that. And then he said, Sylvia, are you still going to the bathroom? He said, I had to go to the house. God, I was like, I said, is that horse up there? Bill said, no. He got in a lot of trouble for that. And
like-
Papa wore his butt out.
When he had that mask that he got, and we were sitting on the couch, me and Christine was doing our homework and stuff, and Bill come up through there, and we didn't see him. All we saw was this big, ugly, mask he had on. He knocked on the window, and when we started to look, he jumped down. And we looked out there, and then we quit looking, and he got up and he knocked on the window again. Well, me and Christine both started calling Papa. Papa went out there and told us, said, boy, "You gonna get yourself shot before it's over with." Said, "Quit scaring them." Said, "Get yourself in here." Remember his things he made where he got on them and walked with the wood things?
Yeah.
He was always getting into something. And he got him a car and he cut the top off. Make him a convertible.
Why do you like the? That's funny.
Well, I tell
Just
you
cut
what.
the top off.
Papa was
Have a
always doing
permanent
stuff
convertible.
with our animals. We had animals, pigs, chickens, everything. Well, I had a pet chicken. You know, when it was little, I had this pet chicken. And I loved that chicken. And that chicken, of course, grew up, got big, but I still, you know, thought it was my chicken. Well, Papa got like 6 of them or something, done like that with their feet, tied them on close on them. And one of them was my chicken. So I go over, walking over, and I'm standing there in front of them chickens. I'm standing there in front of them chickens, and I'm like, "I don't want you killing my chicken." That young blah 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 crying. Or that chicken went clink and pecked me right under my eye. I'm like, "Okay, you can have her." And he done the same thing when Bill had a pet pig. You know, when the pigs had little, Bill loved that pig.
You had him a piglet.
He put a kind of thing on it and walk it up toward the little store we used to go to. Walk it up the road and stuff. He loved that pig. Well, that pig, just like my chicken, that pig grew up. But he still played with that pig stuff as it grew. But Papa said, I won't ever forget that. Bill cried. But Papa said, "Well, son, I gotta have your pig." And Bill said, "No, you ain't taking my pig." He thought Papa was messing with him. Papa said, "You'll still have him. We're gonna have that pig for dinner." And Bill got so mad. He started crying and stuff. Oh, it's like, boy, the things that went on their farm.
That's what Mom and Dad, they did to us, you know, when we moved out there. We had those pigs, and I had a pet rooster, Pinky. He rode the horse with me. He'd sit up on the horse on Charlie Brown with me. And then we had those pigs, and Daddy took Ricky up there and was going to make him, you know, learn to, he was going to have to shoot the pigs. And we had the one pig, Runt, that Mama used to feed him macaroni and cheese, and they would get Mama and get her trapped on the the picnic table. And Ricky was like, "I can't do it," started crying, came back down, he was like, "I can't shoot those pigs." Alright, I might have been wrong, Jody, about the it being a tag. It was a feather poking out. I didn't realize these were feathers. Well, I pulled a feather out of their pillow. I'm gonna get in trouble.
You know, butterflies and feathers are supposed to be like from your guardian angel.
Yes, Daddy's yellow butterflies that visit me. Been doing it since Daddy passed away. Solid yellow little butterflies are about this big, everywhere, all through Tennessee. When I came home, one of them landed on my car and stayed on my car all the way up my driveway, and I see them all the time now. They're all in my backyard.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember, and I love butterflies. They're my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing those yellow butterflies like that. And now they're everywhere I go.
Oh, I had a butterfly. I had left my windows down. I had a butterfly that was in my car, and I forgot where I was at, and I was at somebody's house, and I was leaving, and the butterfly was just sitting there, you know, and I thought, is he alive? And I barely touched it, and I could tell it was ivy. Flew down like on the floor. That butterfly, I couldn't get that butterfly out of my car. That butterfly stayed, when I even went home, he's still in my car going home, and I had my windows down so we could fly out or what. He stayed in my car for 3 days. And I guess he left after that, but he didn't leave,
I
wouldn't
love
leave my car.
butterflies. They're my favorite thing. But yeah, they're little butterflies. I see them everywhere.
Hey, I tell you what,
Working
when
on
we
this
lived
building.
in
I
White
thought I saw
House,
some,
I had this big
light sky
glass
still.
sliding doors that went off of the,
Do what?
where the,
Oh, yeah.
dining room and stuff was.
There's a
I had
patch
these
of
big
light
glass
there,
sliding
right there.
doors.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in there in the kitchen writing, and and I know everybody, when I tell anybody that, oh, that was a moth or that was this, no, that was a butterfly. That was the biggest butterfly dawn I've ever seen in my life.
Color
It
was
lit on my glass door, and its wings were as big as my hands.
well, those yellow swallowtails can get really big like that.
I don't know, but to me, this was like, just like I've had butterflies, like when they die or you find them or something. And I mean, I've looked at their bodies and all that stuff, and I'm like, I know that was a butterfly. But it was, I mean, solid white.
I love those big Luna moths, the big light green ones. They're like pale green. I've actually got it. I bet I don't have it on this phone, but Joey found on our door and took a picture and came and woke me up, and it was a big white moth. The only reason I knew it was a moth was because its antennas looked like leaves. It was huge, but it was just pure white like this. Prettiest thing, but it had the antennas were like fluffy, where they looked like they were, you know, how those
What
big
was
moths,
it?
like those like furry. A white moth. It was on the door at Mount Holly Road, and Joey was coming home, had to go do an early delivery one morning. When he was coming in, it was on the window, because we see those lunar moths all the time, those real pretty green ones.
Yeah.
But this one was white, just snow white.
What's that red bird that,
Cardinal,
yeah.
the cardinals. That's
it comes and
mama's.
sits on my,
Bird feeder.
We have hummingbirds that come down. We have a lot of birds in our yard.
We do too, boy, and I've got that bird feeder thing right there right outside of my bedroom window.
Mm-hmm.
Jody and put it over there, 'cause I love to watch a
Yeah.
bird. We got all kind of birds and stuff. We got a bunch of cardinals. And then we got these, what is them little birds, Jody? Them little birds, they about this big, and they are so pretty. I don't know
The
what
ones that
they're.
look like they got black mask on, is them hold on,
Is it a type of finch?
it's
They're-
a finch, I think.
Yeah,
I
they're
believe
like
it is.
gray, white, black, or
Cute
Yeah.
as crap.
stuff. I mean, they're gorgeous, and they're not big as nothing.
We
got
get
wild
those
turkeys
we
in
get
them.
those goldfinches. They're like bright yellow with the black on them, but they're a little bit bigger. They're not like the little ones.
Yeah,
But we get them a lot. Look, I'm going through these thousands of
I got
pictures.
one
I
big
know
squirrel.
that picture's in here somewhere.
Randy puts
If
bird
it's
seed
not, I'll
out
be
for
so
the
sad.
birds. He's got a bucket that hangs on the tree, and he puts bird seed in there.
I need an
And
app that
then
will
They fixed that bird seeder
separate and
right there
Put
right
all my
outside my
yeah,
pictures
bedroom
in
window.
ain't they right?
order.
And if it ain't no bird seed in the bucket,
I got so many pictures. of
that
Mama's
squirrel
leg.
comes over there.
I take pictures
and
of it every time
I
I change it.
run him off.
Right.
I'm like, I told Jody, I said, I need to get a squirt
was-
gun.
That was Abby.
So when he comes over again, I'm gonna shoot him with that squirt gun.
But all the gray and black kind of disappeared.
This
Yeah.
morning, I'm
You
like,
can
that
see
must
it
be
in, like, when
grandpa
she's
or
outside,
something.
bright light.
That was the
You
biggest
still
squirrel
see
I've
it
ever
in there,
seen.
but
that squirrel didn't
She's not
scare
super
Bella,
cute
her
like that
cat,
no more.
and Bella catches all kinds of stuff when she's out and stuff. But he started to go over there in the cupboard this morning, and thing that goes underneath the, whatever you call it, where
I
it
didn't
drains.
realize I had this many pictures.
And he started to go up in there.
Lord.
Boy, all of a sudden he jumped back and he took off like a bat out of hell. And I think that was that big squirrel that was in there already that scared him so bad. But he's tried to catch some little squirrel. I told Randy, I said, boy, Bella's trying her best to catch one of them squirrels. And Randy said, oh, she catched one of them squirrels. Them squirrels can do some damage and hurt her, you know.
What kind of dog is she?
No, it's a cat,
Oh,
Bella.
yeah, them squirrels can't.
Yeah.
They can be as big as a cat.
But that damn squirrel that was out there this morning, that's the biggest squirrel I've ever seen.
Those squirrels Granny used to feed out there were big squirrels. I remember sitting on that back, like the back porch there, and she'd feed them squirrels. They were some big squirrels.
This squirrel this morning, its tail was that big around. And I was like, I mean big. You gotta go to the bathroom again? Oh. I saw you moving your walker, I didn't know if you had to go to the bathroom again. Wonder if Ricky gets any trick-or-treaters out here.
Oh, well, I'm sure he probably does.
Wonder where he's at.
I have no idea.
He was talking.
Is he getting cold up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish he'd
Yeah,
come
he's
before we have
biscuit.
to leave so I can see him.
Biscuit. Is he in his cage, Jody?
There he is.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's in his bed. You can't even see him. Hi, buddy. He's like, what, y'all? He just blends right into that bed. I don't know where Ricky went. I know he was
Ricky
trying
will
to.
be happy.
I know he's trying to get everything done so he can come home and get packed and ready to leave tomorrow because he's got a meeting at 5:45 in the morning, and then he's got a doctor's appointment.
Biscuit.
He'll be, having to come work and get all that water and stuff out of his pool and close it in.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't close it. It's a saltwater pool, and it's on a timer and some kind of app he's got that works all of it, the pool and the
So,
hot tub and stuff. And he doesn't. He said it's easier and less maintenance to leave it open than to cover it. So like last night, I was walking through here, and I thought it was raining because I looked up there and the pool was moving, and up here on this end where the lounge chairs can sit in the water, it's got little fountains that come up. So when it gets to a certain degree outside, all of it turns on and those fountains and stuff go to keep the water moving so it doesn't freeze. Everything's fancy nowadays. Got a robot that cleans the pool. Oh my goodness gracious, where is it at?
A friend that died. It may be where he's at.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, he might have went over there to see Chris and Matt. Their father, they work for Ricky. One's the real estate agent and one's one of the builders. And their father passed
See them
away
trees up
unexpectedly
there?
this morning.
see them trees on that TV?
I guarantee you that's in South Carolina.
That right there looks like Louisiana.
Looks like what?
Looks like Louisiana.
Oh,
South Carolina's like that too.
right here.
No, the last one with all the moss on the trees. You know, like when we go to Hilton Head, has all that moss hanging off the trees.
Yeah. Louisiana's got I forgot where it's at, but it's got a thing like that and that goes over like that, and you can walk
Or
through.
maple trees out in the front yard.
Is that your house?
Mm-hmm. That's Mama's new house. I have one picture of it, but I was trying to get a picture of the trees. They're beautiful. They turn. We got 3 of them. They get so red.
Yeah.
They pretty. We got a yard full of leaves. Trey's supposed to be getting them up while we're gone. Let's see,
I'll have to find somebody to do that.
Yeah, Trey sent me a picture. I talked to him on the phone one time when I called Marie. And I said something about the outside of the house, like was on the outside of the house looking out. And I said, looks like some really nice houses out there. And he said, yeah, they are. I said, take me a picture of them over that way and send it to me. But, so I got a picture that he sent me on y'all's front porch. I guess it was y'all's front porch.
There's my little yellow butterflies that are everywhere. Let me see. There's one on one of the.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. They're about yay big, and they're just as bright and solid yellow. Not
They're
another
not
color
bright
on them,
like that.
just yellow. But they're always. They like to come out there and get on the canna lilies. Let's see.
I like those monarch butterflies. I think they're pretty.
Wait, one was flying around our yard like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, well, he's kind of late, getting a late start flying across the ocean. Because usually, but they're endangered. They've been put on the endangered list now. They're losing them. Because they fly every winter. They fly to parts of Mexico and
I watched a thing on
and they
channel.
fly across the ocean. It's like tiny little butterflies fly
I
that far.
watched a thing on the channel 8. It showed that whole thing that they
The
do,
migration when they
how
go
far
through.
they fly, and all of them are going somewhere in Mexico and stuff. And that's it. I watch a lot of stuff.
You
like
can
that.
go if you go or you used to be able to. I don't think you can now, but you go to the and you can see them. They're just hanging by the thousands on those trees.
Yeah.
It's really neat. I would love to go do that. That's one of my bucket lists. I guess Trey, I have to spread my ashes over some of the butterflies. That'll be one of the places he has to take me.
What'd you do with your glasses? You didn't lose them again, did you?
Yeah, Mama wears them glasses.
Probably in there in the bathroom.
Ah.
I can see. I can see, Donnie.
Okay, that's what you say, and then you start reaching for things.
She's got
that
them
are,
in her
you
chair.
know, 6 inches away.
I can see better without 'em.
Are
That's
them
what she says
plastic
all the time.
lens?
Are they what?
Plastic.
Mm-mm.
They don't make glasses no more.
No, they glass. Them are. If they ain't glass, they sure feel like it.
Well, when they told me that, and Christine told me, I said something to Christine. Christine said, yeah, Sylvia, that's right. She said, my glasses are that. But when that woman said they was plastic, and I'm like, what? She said, honey, they don't make glasses anymore.
They probably don't.
She said they're all plastic, but she said it was like a high grade plastic.
I don't know. They feel like glass to me. But nowadays you can't tell stuff. It's hard to.
No, they're like them she showed me. But they do feel like glass, which is good.
He in his bed asleep.
Well, your glasses are not.
You can't even see him.
She's got the bifocals on.
I know. Are they no line or line bifocal?
No line.
That's what I'm getting in my glasses. No line.
They throw
bifocal.
Mama off sometimes, like when she's walking. They make her dizzy. So the next one she gets, we're gonna get them without the bifocals. and just use your reading glasses when she's reading. That's what her eye doctor tried to tell her to do, and then she got to the
Let me see your glasses.
glasses place and she picked the ones with bifocals. Because his suggestion was that she just get the solid.
Is it cold out?
Look old. Brrr.
You don't feel?
Isn't it crazy how the weather just, woo.
Uh-huh.
Damn, them drive me
It's
nuts
on.
too.
Yours is cold too. I felt it when we got here.
I can actually see out of your glasses.
Hmm?
I can actually see out of your glasses.
I like these glasses. I can see out of them good.
And
I just saw that stupid
the
picture.
frames are
And I
free
cannot
too.
find it. Oh, did I delete it? I
Just
thought
about
I
it.
can't
That's
find
why
it
I
on
like the
Facebook. It
glasses.
was on my post.
You know how they'll have a
Who sent it to you?
rim all the way around the big.
I actually took pictures of
Rim all the way.
it.
I
lost
like the
pictures. I
ones
can't
that's just
find
got
it.
it like that,
I just took a
and
bunch of your
that's
pictures
what I'm
and
getting in my
showed
glasses. Ain't got nothing.
If you post it
On
on
the
your
bottom.
Facebook,
I
when you get your
did. I can't find it. I know. That's
You
what I
wear
did. I'm like,
glasses
that's why I've been. I mean, like I've done gone through thousands of
I
them.
guess
Sitting
it's
there
my
for
head done
hours
blows
and
I
hours.
will be when I
Thank
get my
you.
glasses. They called me. They called
Irritate
this
me.
morning and said that my glasses are ready. So when I get my glasses, I'll be wearing them all the time, so I can see out of hearing, but I can read also out of them. But one of my eyes, there's something. I forgot what the
It's like if
crap
I
he
could look it
said.
up in memory.
Showed it to me like it's back behind my
It's
eye.
gotta be here
I just learned that, like, I
Like,
can put
my right eye,
contacts,
I
and
can
then
almost
look at
see
the
like
contact
a
and
mile
put the
up the
info up
road.
there, and
The
it shows
road
the
signs,
info, but
everything.
usually if you go
I
to the
see like
contact, you
clear
can
as a
scroll
bell
all
on
that
this
up
one.
and it shows you
This
what
one
you've shared with that person.
is what he
See
said
what I'm
about
saying?
something going
Sabrina
on
blocked
with
all
it.
of us and unfriended
But,
us, so now I
like,
can't
you know,
see
when you
anything she
read the
ever
eye
posts.
chart,
Uh-huh.
the very smallest one on the eye chart, when they done this eye, he said, read,
Jeez, that was a
read
long time
whichever
ago.
line you can see the best. And I read that very bottom line, and I'm like, you know, A, B, C, D, F, and he's like, wow. Out of this one, I'm like, which line on here? And I'm like, I hop back up there to the big letters. I'm like, I couldn't see. I said, all them looks like is like black dots in this eye, the other eye. But, boy, I tell you what, that cataract surgery, it's hard to go through, hard, you know. And they can't do both eyes, you have to go have them done one at a time.
Now I'm scrolling posts.
But that's some bad surgery. You told me your cataracts are very bad. Remember when I had my cataract surgery? And I was telling you about the surgery and stuff? And you told me that you had cataracts taken off and that you had one growing back.
Oh, wait, there's one on.
I'm like, I didn't know they could grow back.
The next one's gonna pop up. Come on, where are you?
You know, before Mama died, she must have had
Would you say his
cataracts.
business is called Ellie?
Real bad cataracts. You couldn't even hardly tell the color of her eyes.
How do you
Bill.
feel?
She died.
Something. Are you hungry? You want something to eat?
For me? No, I
Okay.
just said I wish
I knew that was coming, but I thought I'd throw it out
Ricky
there.
would come on in.
I'm wondering if, I didn't even think about that, but I'm wondering if he went to see Matt and them. Cause he was supposed to come home and wash his clothes and get everything packed up and ready to go tomorrow. So I didn't even think about him maybe going to see Matt and them. Oh my goodness gracious, I need to do this more often.
You look like you've lost weight in your feet too, Marie.
Yeah.
She's lost weight everywhere, Aunt Sylvia. She is a bone. When I say she is nothing but skin and bone, she is skin and
Your
bone.
feet look awful
Like when
tiny.
she goes to, you barely touch her and she bruises. See, them doctors gonna think you're getting beat at home. All she gotta do is bump into a wall and
That's the way
it
mine is.
bruises.
What?
The way the skin is thin
Yeah.
and anything
Oh,
hits
yeah.
it.
This right here,
And
That's
since
where
she's
the
lost
dog
weight,
got
it's
me.
worse. Cause there's nothing, I mean, there's not
when we
an
got
ounce of
that
fat
new
on her.
dog they got, Lily, she tries to, she'll get in front of
It
you and
scares me sometimes.
she wants to put her paw up like that. And, that's where that came from.
Your arm.
Now, when she comes over, I'm like, no, don't you dare put your paw on me. And so she'll just sit up. But,
And just the difference.
my
in-
skin is real thin. Yours is too, ain't it?
Yeah, mine's all messed up. It gets all those places on.
Pop up sometime. Where are
I
you?
mean, that's rough.
I love this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures of Bash when he was a baby. He's waiting
Aw.
for dinner. He's like, "Are you gonna bring my food?" And Sylvia, when Bash was a baby, he waiting for dinner.
He's cute.
He is adorable. He really is. If he wasn't cute, boy. You'd
Who
have
does your
to.
nails, Marie?
Not me.
Huh?
Me?
And
You
me.
do them and stuff? You do your own nails?
I gave her her last manicure. Her nails were long, so long. She couldn't even pick stuff up. And I was like, it was when she was in the hospital, and one of the nurses said something. And I was like, Mama, let me, trust me, and let me trim your nails and file them and give you a manicure. And I promise you, they're gonna look like 100 times better. And she let me. And she started getting, everybody was telling her how pretty your nails looked. I said, see, I told you. Because she fought me on it. She was like, you're not touching my nails. You're not taking my nails. But they had gotten to where they were like long. I was
I
like,
did my nails like that once.
and she
I let
tried
my
to do
nails
stuff
get
with her
out
eye, and
real
she'd
long.
like poke herself
Yeah.
and stuff. And I was like, you got to
And I
let me
had
fix
'em
them.
Manicured,
Gotta fix them.
kept them polished and stuff, didn't I? Then I just, one day I'm
I
not
know, I
ready
work
to
too
hear 'em
hard.
cutting these off.
Mine break
I
them
can't.
So I cut 'em off.
With the psoriasis, it's in my
They-
nail beds now.
Just now
so
started
they
growing.
break and
I'm like,
you can
dang,
feel the
what's my
ridges.
dang
They're so
nails?
rigid.
If I cut them, cause I cut them really short. And I
It's
thought,
got
I hope they don't do like my dang
hands.
hair and stuff did that time when I had brain
He's such a
surgery.
handsome man.
My hair not come back from something. I thought, oh, my nails
Yeah,
don't not come back cutting that
That was
short.
before his Parkinson's
But
really
they're just now starting to grow back.
hard.
Let me see your ring. That's pretty.
That's, Jesus
Are you
on the
an
cross.
angel, Papa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty.
And this one, This
Dang,
was
I wonder if I could
Jesus.
go all the way back to when I first got
they're
it.
both real gold.
Oh,
Aunt Sylvia, here's the gate I want to put in at our house.
You're what?
A gate.
Oh,
Isn't it pretty?
yeah.
Can't imagine what it would cost, but I'd sure love to have it. And a big butterfly.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Ain't
good.
that pretty?
that's
Looks
pretty.
like
Yeah,
Jesus too,
dogs
don't
would walk through it, but.
it? Looks like Jesus. It's got his face and everything. I'm like, I don't know how they can do that
Trey was such a
with
cute
a
kid.
ring, but they do.
Yeah, this is how we get snow in South Carolina. Like, it'll look like this in the morning, and by noon, or like the night before, but by noon the next day, it'll be completely melted.
Really?
But that's when Trey was a little baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got like,
That's
that
your
year we
wedding
ended
rings,
up with
ain't it?
like, I think it was like 11 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one
You
actually
still
lasted.
wear your wedding rings?
This is.
Keep on, you
I was
can
trying
make feather pillow.
I
What is
know, I
that
was
one?
trying to push it back and I realized these things were
Yeah.
feathered.
Is that like
Oh,
a,
no wonder it probably cost so much. Rico was talking about it took him forever to get them in.
it almost
I
looks
did
like a
not just,
belt
I
buckle.
did just freaking do that.
That's what it is.
It is?
Belt
Well, it's cool.
I done got way so far down scrolling and then I hit the button.
Oh,
All the way
oh,
back to the
girl,
top.
that makes me mad. Lord. Mm.
You should never do that ever, ever,
I
ever,
know.
unless you make it
They
do
need
that.
to do, we need to complain about it.
I've been trying real hard to stay on Facebook as much as I can and be present in the moment, you know, and not post
You know
stuff. So I
what,
just do
I
it
thought when,
once in a while. I don't do it. I used to post it.
when you're married and your
Lord,
husband
that was my
dies,
problem then.
Yeah.
But
I thought, like, you know how when you wear your rings, you got your engagement ring and then your wedding band. I thought when your husband dies, you're supposed to take them off, put the wedding band, and then put the engagement ring front. That's to let people know that you're a widow.
See, when I do that,
hers would fall off.
Well, yeah.
yeah, so I have to put the smaller one down for it.
I know you're here.
That's how mine was so gone down so much when I put my rings on. This morning, I do like that, they could have fell off.
Richard got me that
Somebody
You
needs
remember
to
when I
get
used to
invent something that can suck
wear a
all the fat
ring?
out of
I had
it.
rings on every fingers when I was with Harry.
Somebody ever invents anything that can
Even my
truly
thumb.
make you lose weight,
I had rings
they'll
on my
be
thumb.
trillionaires.
You seen those Go-Lo commercials?
The what?
The
You
Go-Lo
gotta go to
commercials?
that term again.
Yeah.
Look up Go-Lo.
Like Giolello?
And this
You
one
need
guy
some
on there,
help?
he was,
Where you going? Bathroom?
That term again.
Alright, I'm going out in front of
There's
you.
shut that-
That thing should be
God
drying
damn.
out. Whoops. Oh my goodness gracious, my knees are. Oh. I gotta take my medicine. I wanna take it. I'm gonna feel like crap after I take it.
Can I get through there?
Yep, come on. You just follow me. Let me lead it till we make the turn. You keep coming. All right, you got it. Now just come on. I'm gonna get your your thing back in here. It should be dry.
I like that picture over there. That bull. It is a bull, ain't it?
It's a cow.
Cow.
it's a
with
bull
horns.
cow, mama.
Huh?
It's a bull cow.
It's a transgender cow. Transgender bull.